Welcome everyone. We are going to look at how to sync up Mendeley, Dropbox, and Goodreader for your iPad so that you can stay on the go and still access all of your research and documents and keep them all in sync. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go and we're going to load Dropbox. It's a free service. You get 2 gigabytes free to sign up. 500 megabytes per ever so many friends that you invite to sign up for Dropbox. You want to install Dropbox. You want to download it and install it on all of your machines that you use. So your home computer, your work computer, and also the app on the iPad. We'll look at that in just a minute. Once you've downloaded and installed, it's going to ask you to create an account, sign up, get it activated. And then either in Windows, you go down to the Start menu and go to Programs and run Dropbox for the first time, or in the Mac, you just go down to your Applications menu and run the Dropbox application there. You know it's running. You'll see it in the taskbar on the Mac in the upper right, or in Windows in the bottom right. And you want to make sure that on the preferences that you set it so that it launches every time that you boot into the machine. So that way it's syncing at all times. Every couple of seconds, I think every 15 seconds or so, it'll do a sync and it'll keep all your files in sync flawlessly. This is where you're going to want to put your PDFs. But first we're going to go and download Mendeley. Go to Mendeley.com, go to Create an Account and Download. Install it depending on your operating system. I've already downloaded it and drug it down to my dock so I can always have it next to my word processor. When you launch the desktop first, it'll ask you if you want to sign in or create a new account. You just want to go ahead and sign in with the account that you set up online when you downloaded it. And your canvas here should be blank at first. What you can do is import documents from your computer into Mendeley. You can also set the preferences for how it's laid out by author, title, year. You can also add notes on what you're doing, which are really nice for annotations and that kind of thing. But what we want to do, we want to get it hooked up with Dropbox. So you want to go to the Mendeley Preferences. It might be under Tools if you're on the Windows side. Under the General tab, it'll have your login information, your document details, your file organizer. This is where you probably want to go ahead and set up the Dropbox account. So you want to click Organize My Files. You want to navigate to, on the Mac it'll be of course in the File Manager, but on Windows it'll be under your Program Files. Where all the programs are kept. So here's your Dropbox. I would probably create a folder called Mendeley. So I want to do a new folder. Just call it Mendeley. I already have a folder in there, so I'm going to scroll down. Click on Mendeley. Now once you do that, this is where all of your documents are going to be kept. So whenever you drop a document or a PDF, either of a journal article or a web page or a book or an ebook, when you drop it into the Mendeley folder in your Dropbox, it gets synced in the cloud and syncs with all the computers you have Dropbox installed. Usually you want to sort files into subfolders and rename document files. Mendeley will create a universal system for organizing your documents according to type, whether it be a book or an article. You even have encyclopedia articles and things of that nature. And then you can assign how you want it to be organized here. Watch folders is kind of a neat little tab, so you can have maybe a drop folder. You can have a drop folder within Dropbox that you actually store your PDFs in, and it can actually look for it. For me, I kind of like to make it go to my downloads folder, so that every time I download a PDF from the internet or anything like that, it'll automatically sync into my library. But you kind of want to do one or the other. Either want to file organize or watch, because to do the Dropbox way, you will import your PDF and create a new entry at the same time and attach your Mendeley file at the same time with your Mendeley entry. The other way to do it is just use the watch folder. I use the watch folders, but it's only because I have such a huge document library. It's something like 6 gig, and the Mendeley only gives you 1 free gigabyte of syncing. So if you want to sync the PDF with the citation in Mendeley, then you'll have to pay more money if you go over 1 gigabyte. So I keep my PDF separate, but keep my citations in my Mendeley folder, which is very helpful. So you can do the watch. You can also import a BibTeX archive if you've already done some research before and you have a nice library in LaTeX or any kind of the other text document library systems. You can also import from Zotero. You can do a running import, so you can integrate with Zotero if you like Zotero's connection. So once you've entered into those settings, click OK. And then your library should be built. If you already have a library, you should point the documents and import the documents from that folder into here. But it'll sync to your Dropbox and Mendeley. Next, we're going to go over to the iPad. Alright, so we have switched over to the iPad 3 here. It's the one that I'm running. It is very easy. You don't have to jailbreak it or anything to do this process. I've installed the Dropbox and the Mendeley applications on my iPad. You can see it on the screen. You don't necessarily have to do this. It's just up to you. You can view your documents in library on the go and make corrections in Mendeley. What we're going to look at is the Goodreader app. You'll see that next to the Evernote on my screen. On the Goodreader, it's around $10 to download it from the App Store, but worth its money. What you want to do when you kind of do the setup, over here on the right, you'll see a Connect to Server, tap to connect. I've already added my Dropbox account to it, so you need to go ahead and do that if you have not already done so. It's just really easy. Enter in your credentials, and it'll sync up with your Dropbox. Goodreader is really nice. You can annotate and read documents, Word documents format, or PDFs, and you can annotate, edit, change, and save those annotations back to your Dropbox server, which will then sync to your desktop computer or your home computer with the updated corrections. And what that'll do is also, in the process, in the background, sync with your Mendeley library. So if you have a PDF journal article attached to your journal citation in Mendeley, and you pull up the PDF on the go on your iPad, edit it, read through it, add your comments and notes, save it on the go, that'll also eventually, through the back end, get synced up with your Mendeley library, and you'll have it there for future reference. So I've already connected to the server, connected to the internet at this moment, but I've gone into my Dropbox account and I've downloaded an article by Prudence Allen. I downloaded it just to my main Goodreader folder. You can create different folders for different types of articles or books or documents that you like to read. I've even put some of the Google books on my Goodreader, and it has a nice interface to flip through an ebook or a PDF very nicely. So if you select this document, you can see that I already have a few annotations here. What you can do is, in Goodreader, I'm just going to show you two simple things. Highlight over here on the right. You can select the text that you want to highlight and click Save to make it permanent. But let's say there is a really good point in this paragraph that I want to annotate a comment, like you would write in the margin of your book. You want to come over here to the right after tapping on the document and click on the comment bubble, and you want to do a pop-up note. And so here I can say this is a good point. And you can add any kind of comments for yourself or notes for yourself. Click Save, and where I tapped on the document, it puts a little yellow comment bubble. So when I tap on it, it brings up my comments. And this, if you go back to your machine afterwards, your desktop machine, and you open up Adobe Acrobat, it will show all these highlights and annotations, and you can even edit text like you can on Acrobat with Goodreader. So this is really handy for staying up on your research while you're away from your desk on your iPad. And if you ever want to reference it in the future, like you're in class and student asks you a question, you might be able to point them to the article and show them where in the article your comments that you want to reflect on are specific. Or if you're trying to brush up on an article before giving a presentation at a conference or something like that, you can just pull it into your Goodreader and go through the comments instead of having to read through the entire article. And so once you're done with the article, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Go back to my documents, and then once you go into it again, you'll see that the PDF is there and the comment bubble is still there and it's annotated. And what this will do is it will go, when you save it, it will sync it to your Dropbox server, and then that in turn will get synced in the background on the web with your Dropbox folders on your home computer or your work computer. And those will also be synced to your Mendeley library. So this keeps your Mendeley library with citations and your PDFs connected to those citations in sync with Dropbox while being edited with Goodreader on the go. Thank you for listening.